Coming up this week on Two Wheels Extra, it's our sporting special, so that means two sporty scooters put through their paces on the toughest of tracks. It means also I'll find out how to do it properly on a track day, and we'll check out some sporty leathers. One of my earliest memories as a biker was when me and my spotty mates about 16 years ago, leering around on a motley assortment of old Yamaha Fizzes and an ancient MTX 50, were waiting at a garage forecourt for our 25p's worth of fuel, and in thundered one of the very first GSX-R 750s. It stopped, we all stood there, wow, and off clambered this little ancient man. He must have been 95 and we couldn't believe it, heartbroken. But it does go to show the status of the bike then, and it still has that now. 16 years later, it's still around, and this is the latest. Face it, it's a long time since GSXRs have actually looked good, if ever at all. The originals were brutal, flat-sided and plug ugly. Then they went kind of baggy and stoggy, but for this one, they've got it just about right. Finally, the thing looks properly proportioned. It is elegant. The lines are subtle but aggressive and certainly sporty. And here's another huge difference compared with the bike back then. It's light. The thing weighs nothing, about the same as a 600, which with the power it's got, can mean only one thing: fun, and plenty of it. It's never going to come as a surprise that the GSX-R handles like a sports bike. It is and does. The riding position, though, isn't as extreme as some, for instance the R6, but that's not to say it's a tourer a long way from it. There are huge reserves of power here from that motor. Lofting the front wheel is only too easy, right up to third gear. The steering is as quick and fast as you could possibly want. The whole bike feels manageable, but very powerful. It's not actually an uncomfortable ride. Even for medium distances, you can handle it. If nothing else, the excitement of riding the thing will keep you on your toes. The GSX-R may have had its ups and downs. It's always been kind of a flamboyant sports bike. Sometimes it's held the crown of the sports bike spectre, and other times the wooden spoon. This one, though, is somewhere in the middle. It's not the most extreme, it's not the most compromised. It is an extremely usable bike for the road and the track. There's no doubt, it feels good to ride, it is good to ride, and it looks good too. But if you want to be king of the block, your attention might be turning to the newly launched GSX-R 1000. And that has got to be a recipe for fun. It's the evening, and tomorrow morning, I'm doing a track day. Okay, no big deal, if you've done loads, fine. But if you've never done one, you probably know how I feel. What if everybody else is really brilliant? Oh well, I'll see you in the morning. You see, the thing is, I've been riding bikes for what, 15 years, but I've never done a track day. I just don't know what to expect. I'll be alright. I'll just get some sleep. Need some sleep. Okay, so you started these days last year, in fact.
September, yeah.
Why bias them? Why are you so keen in favour of novices and beginners?
Well, we've got 13 ACU instructors who race at various levels, and saying that, we've got hundreds of friends who'd like to get out on a quality track day, experience the thrills of the UK's best track days, and they've been to some other track days whereby there's a lack of tuition. There might be one or two guys, but potentially they're testing for the next race. You might have advanced and intermediate and ACU, and it's questionably whether it's possibly dangerous. So we thought, with the contacts we have through from Worlds right down to Clubman Racing, that we put something back into it, give the opportunity for all these guys to get out on the Sunday and the Saturday to get on the track.
How long do you have to be riding before you consider doing this?
Doesn't matter how long you've been riding, if it's a week or 20 years, everybody at every level can learn something on a track day. I mean, I've been racing bikes and riding for 15 years and I still learn something every time I come.
What preparation can you do for yourself before you get there? What can you do to prepare yourself mentally and physically?
Well, physically, I mean, you don't have to be physically fit to do this because the sessions are fairly short. It's not like a race where you're having to perform at your peak for 40 minutes at a time. So just a good level of fitness is great, and have a good night's sleep the night before.
And what should you come with the aim of getting out of it? Your mental preparation, what should you get from it?
The main thing is to have fun. That's what these days are all about. It's not about going faster than everybody else. You know, you're not here to race. It's about learning about yourself and about your bike and improving your riding skills.
It doesn't matter how many times you've scooted around your favourite set of curves on your favourite country road, there is nothing to equal the feeling the first time you take to a track, unleash all the ponies you've got in your stable and grin madly. Nothing can compare to the knowledge that there is nobody coming the other way, there is nothing illegal about what you're doing, in fact sometimes you can't believe it is legal. Just talk me through my performance as you would anybody else here that you'd be giving tuition to.
Yeah, I mean, very good, really, for a first track day. What we need to work on is you're probably turning into the corners a little bit early and not running wide enough on the exit, using the whole circuit. That's what you've got to, you know, the whole track is there, you've got to use it, and the faster you go, the more you need to use the circuit.
What are the things you always end up saying with any number of road bike riders? There's a load of road bike riders here that have probably been riding for decades. What do you usually end up saying to them?
I end up saying to them that they're using the brakes too much and not carrying enough corner speed. That's the biggest failing.
Is there anything I'm doing really dire, or is there any common mistake that really is one you've got to get rid of straight away?
No, you know, very good.
So I've got one in mind. I keep wanting to look behind me. Yeah. I keep getting really like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in your way. That's just because I'm a novice.
Yeah, you're a novice and you're thinking as though you're riding on the road.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it and you ignore what's behind you, I mean,
that's
it's the people behind you. They got to pass you cleanly, not.
So I have no responsibility.
No,
for them,
it's the person behind you who's got to come past you cleanly and not disturb your trek.
So if they're on my sleep. So if they're on my inside line and I scoop them up on the way around the corner, that's their lookout. Be warned. There are certain comforting things by which we recognise fellow novices here. The shiny knee sliders and the green band. Show them off there, Ian. Unscuffed, proudly worn. Your first one as well. How are you feeling?
I'm enjoying it. It's been a marvellous day. It's fantastic out there.
Now you're just getting revved up to go off again, I know, on your bike here, but this is your first time. How did you feel as you were sitting there waiting to go?
Very anxious and nervous about the whole thing, but it's been a fantastic day.
Are you actually improving?
I wouldn't like to say.
Very modest.
Yeah, I mean, you can do stuff out there that you just can't do on the road. So, I mean, it must be improving your riding, improving your braking and cornering. So, just have to see how it goes for the rest of the day.
And what actually is going through your mind when you're out there and we can hear them going around the group above you now?
I'm just trying to concentrate on the guy in front and try and learn what he's doing and try and get past him, basically.
You've got to get out and do it again. I know it. So enjoy yourself. You're riding home this evening, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
You're going to make sure you somehow switch it all. Maybe you've got all the aggression out your system.
I think I'll be pretty tired by the end of the day, so I'll be riding over a bit of time.
Just get the bus, couldn't you, really? Right, on you go, and best luck with the sliders, mate. You never know. Might happen. If this is your first one, and I can speak from immediate experience, I've spent more time than is usual in the toilet this morning. It's quite nerve-wracking. There's just no way of getting around that, is there really?
Not really. I mean, it's a case of you don't really know what to expect.
No.
If you'll obviously have your favourite road on the out on the public roads that you've ridden on for years, and you know it.
Within the limit.
That's right, under the speed limit, obviously, and you'll know it, like the back of your hand, and you'll be able to go real fast down that road. And if you come to a racetrack and you could actually ride to that same ability, you'd be fine, and you'd be like going round, and you'd be near the time you should be doing. But because you come and everything's all new, and you think you've got to go faster than you normally do, you end up actually riding worse than you normally do. And a lot of the guys come and they're that busy trying to get the knee down, they forget about going around the corner fast.
They are very shy, you know. They really are.
Obviously, you've not been doing that.
No, I have. I've just changed sliders. Second pair today. I want to bend.
Yeah, they don't last long.
No, not on my kind of. You're not going to believe this, but despite my laughing when they told me to cover up the mirror, even that little chink was tempting. I wanted to see who was overtaking. It's just habit from riding on the road. There'll be more laps and more fun after the break. Wow, what a moment. My first track day and I've received promotion. Orange, that means intermediate group. I'd like to thank my manager, my agent, my friends as I make this move. Oh, from green to orange, yes. Okay, so I've had my first go at this in the novice group and I've survived, and now I'm being thrown to the dogs, lions, I don't know what we're going to call it really with this mob here, because you're all the intermediate group, yeah?
Yeah, we most certainly are, aren't we, boys?
Yeah, have you all done millions and millions of these? Because this is the bit that I was... Right.
Yeah, we've
No,
done
hang
quite
on,
a good.
you haven't. That's Archie, isn't it? You've done 2 of these, right. And why are you in the intermediate group straight away? Are you super hot?
Because yeah, I was a bit quick for the first one, so I just went into this one for this one.
Okay, now, what are you lot getting out of this? Why are you doing it? What's the...
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
You're off the road, safer, plenty of speed, and you get to bond with the lads.
It's a bonding exercise. How different is it out there in this group compared to the novice group? Because the novice I've found great. It's a gentle introduction, it was safe and nice. How different is it out there with you lot?
Well, our group will push it a bit more, that's it, and know a bit more, and we'll push it a bit more, push the limits.
Right. Now, for somebody who is still a novice but is being allowed to go into your group, and I'm not sure it's that good an idea, any
No,
tips?
it's a very good idea. Yeah, just go with the flow.
Have fun.
That's called
Go with
baying
the
for
flow.
blood. Amanda, do you ride as well today?
No.
Are you? So,
I've just come here to be excited.
right. There's absolutely no answer to that, Amanda. I'm not going to say it.
That says a lot for me.
In a van full of men covered in leather, whatever you like. You've all been quite sensible about it, actually, because I thought you were going to be... Well, no, certainly you are. That's fair comment.
You're going to die, you're going to cripple yourself, you're going to break your neck.
You don't want to do that because it's good fun. So just drive it when you're on limits.
And repairing bikes are very expensive as well.
I borrowed mine. I didn't say that, Honda. Honestly, I'll look after it. Right, I'm going to do this now. I am frightened. Be nice. I'm straight. Have I got a target on my back? I just get the feeling there might be one. It just says, get me. Now that is a far more intense experience. You go out on your first one with the novice group and yeah, it's quite fun. Oh, I'm on a racetrack, this is exciting, but that was intense. Suddenly you're mixing it with guys who know what they're doing, and I found that if you're going to overtake, coming up behind them, you think, yeah, I could overtake him, but maybe he knows something I don't know and I'm going to go straight up a tree if I try it. It's frightening. I think I need a coffee. David, that was a completely different experience.
Yeah, when you up the speed, it does change things quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, you tell me what you thought, and then I'll...
No, I mean, for a guy on his first track day, it was very impressive, and you know the times are very good, and you know you're smoothing out, and everything's starting to flow, and I'm sure you feel that as well. You feel that once.
I did feel that I was getting to the point where this is fast enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, for a first day, that's as fast as I'd want you to go today, and now, you know, when we go out again, we need to sort of step back a little bit and think a bit more about what we're doing rather than just charging at it.
Are you trying to say I was getting around more by luck than judgment?
No, I definitely wasn't saying that. It was very good. I mean, like I said, very controlled, very smooth. But, you know, it's all about thinking ahead, thinking about what's coming up next and not reacting to things that are happening around you.
I find the aggression quite difficult because I notice you simply scythe through them as if, forget it, they don't matter. I find it rather hard when I come up behind guys who clearly know what they're doing and have probably done it a bit more, but maybe I could have overtaken them, but I tend to think, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
Be rude.
Like I said, you've got to have a plan, you've got to commit to it, and once you've committed to it, you've got to go for it, and you've got to decide where you're going to pass them and get in there. Don't sort of make a half-hearted attempt, because that's when things start to go wrong.
So this week we're on a racing theme.
Which means this week's clothing also has a racing theme. So I think it's top to toe in leather. Shall we, All right then. Ah, that's better. Right, do you want to go first? So you've got the most expensive kit on.
Naturally.
I'll just take a seat. What you got then?
Well, I'm in the £700 AXA HTR7.
Right, now this is our most expensive suit. I've got a little list here. Creak, creak. That's very nice.
Yeah.
You're paying for what?
I've got some ventilation. Basically,
That's nice.
It's a comfort suit.
Okay.
I've got Capritec here on my forearm.
That gives it
on my
flexibility.
elbow. Yep.
All right.
And it's comfy than leather.
Okay.
Where you need it. And basically, it's very comfortable. I've got an elastic bit on the back there.
So you can get your arms like that when you're riding.
Amazing.
Fair enough.
Comfortable. It's a comfort suit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very expensive, but
And
that's
very
top quality
expensive.
kit.
It is.
Boots. Very
Boots.
nice, very shiny.
Boots are £180. These are City vertebraes.
Yeah,
Are they not?
but the chrome versions. So
The
what
chrome.
you're paying for is the chrome, basically. So they look really nice, which they do. Very
They
nice.
do look nice.
Crazy stuff. And your gloves?
You tell me.
They're your Alpine Stars and they're GP plus carbon
Correct.
with all the carbon. And they're winter warm as well. Very nice.
And
but
these
they're
are
going to cost you
£120.
120 notes. A lot of money for your gloves. Right, that's the expensive stuff. Do you want to sit down and we'll get our middle? Now, I'm wearing budget stuff here.
Yeah.
I got a cheap kit. But we've got our mid-range stuff here, which is with Mark, our volunteer. Come on in. This is Mark, our cameraman, who's being enlisted. We'll have our other cameraman to get his camera off him. If you hand that to him. Now, Mark's in mid-range stuff. So if you haven't got as much to spend to get what Fran's got here, you can have this. This suit is a Clover Raw. Do you like that?
Yeah.
It's 499 quid, so it's kind of mid-range.
That's a
It's
pretty
a
good
two-piece
price,
as well,
actually.
which a lot of people do prefer. As long as they zip together properly, make sure that if you're buying one. The boots he's got there are, they're the same as yours?
Yes. Mine is the chrome.
Yeah. So that does mean they're cheaper. They're big sellers. The City Vertebra again, 140 quid for those, 40 quid less at the chrome. And his gloves. Now these are nearly the same as those. It just goes to show if you haven't got quite the money for the massive stuff, instead of 120, they're going to cost you £69.98 there by Rhino RST. But again, that carbon fibre stuff and all the rest of it. Gives a little twirl there, Mark, looking very comfortable, like a real biker. It's a bit big, that suit, isn't it?
It is a little bit, which is very... I mean, mine's a little bit big today.
Yeah.
And it's so important to get the right size suit.
If you're buying a suit, no matter how much it's cost, it's
Yeah.
got to fit. Thank you very much, that's very nice. You can go and get your camera now. It's a bit more comfortable on the other side. My stuff, the budget end. I've got my Bico Serpent suit, which actually does fit quite well in my suit, which is difficult to find. This is all right. I mean, it's very basic, but it just goes to show if the suit fits, you really don't need to spend.
Do you know how much
800
that
quid.
is?
Go on,
It's
is it?
£250.
I mean, that's like...
That is
it's
such
third
good value.
of what you're spending on yours,
Yeah.
and that is not a bad suit at all. It's
No.
got all the protection you need. It's got the proper body armour in here.
Yeah.
So it's all properly buttoned in, it's all going to fit. Now, my gloves, these are quite cheap, aren't they?
Yes, they're very cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26 quid.
Yeah.
Are these, these are Risha.
They're
And
Risha.
they're all right. I mean, they're no carbon or
Yeah.
anything, but heck, 5
Yeah.
years ago, this is all we were wearing. My boots are Alpine Stars,
Your
and they're
boots are cool.
140, are they?
They are 140, which is, again, I mean, it's...
They're a bit more sort of clunky and a bit more Mad Max than the City
Yeah.
stuff, but not bad. But
Yeah.
there you go. Just goes to show you can do it on a budget. And I reckon the most important thing to remember is what you said, which is if you're buying a leather suit, it's got to fit, because even that 700 quid suit that you're in, Fran, if you
No
came
good
off,
if
it
it
would
doesn't
it's
fit.
got to be the right suit. There you go. Racing gear on a budget or very expensive, depending upon what you've got to spend. And thank you, Mark, for your beautiful modelling. That's very nice. For our scooter test this week, no more messing about with learner machines, because we're moving upmarket for some pretty serious kit.
And we're testing the top-selling scooter for the last 3 years against the only twin-cylinder scooter on the market.
The track might be small, but then so's the bike. That means a whole lot of fun. It's all kind of to scale. Twin cylinders means you've got that extra little bit of torque. It will pull away, if a scooter ever does really pull away. OK, it's not going to rip your arms out your sockets with pure acceleration, but it is extraordinarily good fun chucking the thing around.
Now, I've been familiar with go-karting from a very early age, but I never thought I would be taking the racing line on a scooter. All I'll say is, do it if you get the chance. The speed fight was fantastic, and after a couple of warm-up laps, I was nearly getting my knee down. The 100cc engine delivered a fluid amount of power right from the off, and the disc brake enabled me to do a 50 to 0 stop in, well, 3 seconds. I was impressed. Richard obviously wasn't. He turned into one of those track day wannabes.
Yeah, all right, Fran. Well, you've got to have a go, haven't you? Show willing. I just don't think there's room in here for these bigger scooters.
No, I think we need to get on some wide open spaces. Out on the car park, things didn't change. Actually, the Peugeot really stood out on its own, and I could see why it was the best-selling scooter in 2000. Every aspect, from the ignition switch to the indicators and dials, had obviously been thought through carefully and then thought about again.
Gotta say, the Formula does actually feel a bit big and bulky, and that clever front suspension is not as rough as some have tried, but it does mean the going can get a little bit bumpy. Not, I would say, a comfy scooter.
Now, despite having radical suspension on the front, it's actually very soft and very traditional to ride, which makes it very, very user-friendly.
Next week on Two Wheels Extra, our theme is the 50s. Fran and I will be checking out 2 Enfields that were designed in the 50s but built in the year 2001. Our scooters might not be from the 50s, but they're both 50cc and bring us right up to date briefly. Then we go right back in time when I check out a guide to buying a real 50s bike.